Rose dieback disease is very common and can be caused by very simple mistakes. In this video, we will see what causes rose dieback disease and how we can cure this thing. So keep watching and subscribe to our channel. In this disease, the plant is being attacked by a fungus that results the sudden drying of branches and heading towards the bottom of the rose trunk. Sometimes you may see black spots on younger branches of rose plant. And as soon as the infection reaches back to the trunk part of rose plant, it dies. As the name appears, dieback. It's common in roses, citrus plants, fruiting trees and vines. The first common cause of rose plant dieback disease is about air circulation. In a congested environment with high humidity levels, the fungus that causes rose dieback activates and causes the blackish rose branches. High levels of humidity and poor circulation of air around the plant can attract this problem. A good circulation of air is very important. If your rose plant is placed in between plants, this can idealize the environment for the germination of fungal spores that were already present there. So overall, poor air circulation around your rose plant can really increase the chance of dieback disease. So it is important to properly locate your rose plant. A good amount of sunlight as well as some air circulation can work well. So make sure of that. Another cause of rose dieback disease is an infected soil mix. Soil contains many types of insects and microbes, and the soil that is exposed with an infected plant also have the same disease-causing agents. This fungus from your soil gets into the roots and starts showing the symptoms of dieback disease. An infected mixture can also contribute in the spreading of other problems, especially in roses. So it will be very helpful if you sterilize the soil first and then plant your rose in it. For that you can spread it in the sun for some days. This thing removes all type of pests and fungi. Here you can also use some neem cake powder in it, as it works as a fungicide. Detailed guide on its other benefits is linked in the description box. Here let me tell you another thing about the soil mix. If your soil is hard and compact, this can put stress on the rose, which can also lead to dieback disease. Because a healthy plant can sometimes resist the fungus, but a stressed plant can't. So use a loose and well-draining soil for your rose plant. Don't worry, you can make it at home using very simple ingredients. Details are linked in the description box guide. Another reason of rose plant dieback is the use of infected cutters. It is very common. We use the same cutter for all our plants without the hazards of infection. But this thing spreads many diseases from plant to plant. The infected cutter gives the germs a way inside the rose branch, through the cut area. You must have noticed, the branch starts getting blackish just after the cut part. So, here the chance of dieback disease is very high. To avoid this issue, you should clean your cutter with a disinfectant, like hydrogen peroxide. It's also linked in the description box to buy. The cut part of rose branch is also a sensitive part, so avoid spraying water there. Don't prune rose plant in dormancy time, as it's the resting time of the plant. Rose dieback disease can also caused by the fluctuations of temperature. As the season changes, the temperature becomes very unconstant, and this thing also puts stress on rose plant, which increases the chance of fungal attack. The change of season can also cause yellowing leaves and a temporary growth slowdown. But it's all out of your control. Here you can't do anything. Just keep the plant healthy by proper watering and fertilization, so it can pass this phase. Another cause of rose dieback disease is the attack of pests. Pests attack is very common in roses, and they are also susceptible to many types of pests like aphids, whiteflies, thrips and mites. Once the plant gets attacked, this can trigger the fungal attack, and hence dieback symptoms. It can be difficult to treat pest attack, but it's very easy to prevent them. You just need a regular application of a pesticide that you can simply make at home using neem oil and liquid soap. Complete guide is linked in the description box. This thing not only prevents dieback and pest attack, but it can also save your other plants from spreading of this problem. Assuming your rose plant is suffering from dieback disease, so here it's not sure it can be saved or not. But there are a few things you can do to treat it. First, take a disinfected cutter and cut off the infected branches below 1 inch of the black part. It helps the further spreading of the disease. Now loosen up the soil, so the gases can get in and out. Make sure you have fertilized your plant recently. If not, provide it some nutrients. An easy and effective fertilizer is linked in the description box. You can make it at home and fertilize your rose. If you have used some fungicide in the soil of rose plant, then okay. Otherwise you can also add 2 to 3 tablespoons of neem cake in the soil of rose plant. So it's all about rose dieback disease. For the treatment of rose plant black spot problem, you can follow up this 5-step guide.